Hi, it's Darnell with B Grill. At times I'm asked, how low can the Weber Genesis 2 go in temperature for slow and low cooking? How low a temperature can a gas grill really hold? And just to basically demonstrate that and to show to everyone how low the Weber Genesis 2 can hold a temp in an average day of temperature, I'm going to do a demonstration of that here. Before I start my demonstration, I'm just going to check my phone for the weather report so that you know the weather before I start this. And so this will let you know whenever you want to do slow and low cooking or any other type of cooking on the Weber Genesis 2 E310 propane gas grill, how low it can go, how low it can hold, just so you have it for your own reference purposes. But today is a partly sunny day, 81 degrees with a real feel of 91 degrees. Humidity is about 42%. The wind speed is 6 miles an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now as I open up, and I'm going to get the burners going here. So I'm just going to start with the first one. Alright, took a moment, but it started. The second burner. And the third burner. Alright, so they're all lit up now. And I'm going to let it warm up like Weber recommends to 500 degrees, and after that I'm going to drop out these two, the first and second burners I'm going to drop out totally. And let me make sure that you see where I'm pointing to here. I'm going to drop out the first and second burners, or the second and third burner. I'm going to drop those out. I'm going to set this first burner to its lowest setting, so that the only thing that's going to be burning after it hits 500 degrees is the first burner on its very lowest setting. Going to let it sit there for maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, just see where it settles in at. After it's settled in at a temp for a while, then I'll just open up real quick to start the second burner on its lowest setting. We'll let that roll for a while, see how that does, and then the third, just so we have a picture. Actually, I'm going to do the first one, then I'm going to do the outer one here second, so that you kind of get that indirect from the outside lowest for both. And then after I do those two on the lowest setting, then I'll do the interior along with those two, so that you have all three at their lowest setting. Just see where things settle in at. No influence from a smoker box or any additional meat or anything, just to see how the grill does on that lowest setting for your own reference. So I'll bring you back when it's at 500 and I need to lower it down some. Okay, the temp has reached 500 degrees. I'm going to drop out this far right one there and drop out this middle one. I'm going to turn the far left dial to the lowest 1/4 setting there. And so I'm going to let this set for 30 minutes, bring you back in 30 minutes, and we'll see where the temperature's at. And depending on if it seems like it's settled in, we might add the next outer burner, or we might just let it go a little longer to see where it settles in at. Okay, so 30 minutes have passed and the temperature is just below 250. I've been seeing it kind of hang right around 240, 250. I don't believe it's going to get any lower than that. So for these weather conditions, you can say that your lowest end temperature is going to be right around 240, 250. If it were a little cooler, maybe you could get down 240. If it was really cool, you might get to that 225 or so spot. But now I'm just going to quickly open and turn on the furthest right dial here. And turn that to the lowest setting. So we'll let that set. Now we've got two outer burners going. Make sure that they're both turned all the way to the 1/4 lowest setting. And so this would be kind of how a setup you would use for like an indirect heat, where you had the two outside burners going while you had some food in the middle on your indirect heat. How low would it possibly get, or what would be the lowest you probably will get in these conditions? We'll let this set for about 30 minutes and then we'll come back and see what's going on here. Okay, so 30 minutes have passed with the two outer burners on. We see the temp on the dial is about 310 degrees, so we've picked up about roughly 70 degrees by just adding that second burner on the lowest setting there. So now I'm going to do the middle dial here. Just going to open real quick. Got that fired up. Got that turned all the way to its lowest setting. So we'll let this set for 30 minutes and see where things settle in at. I did want to mention that I'm using the hood probe as my guide here because I know, although some of you may prefer the iGrow ambient probe and setting it up different ways in there, and I use that myself, I still personally feel that this hood probe right here is the most accurate probe you're going to get of all. Trying to do it inside with the iGrow 3 ambient probe, which I use often, as you know, is something that I use as a matter of more convenience. I can show that in embeds and the videos, and I can also keep track of the temperature while I'm in the house and such. But from all my cooking, I stand by this probe right here as the absolute best measure of all. And so that's why I'm using it in this test and not even pulling out the iGrow 3 ambient probe, although it's a fine tool and fun to use. I still like this one right here best of all when it comes to getting the absolute most accurate read, in my opinion. Trying to read down there on those grates, putting that ambient probe down there, not a good idea in my opinion from my experience grilling with this grill. You can put it up on the warming rack, it'll kind of come closer to what's on the hood, but this hood probe, I think Weber got it right. That's my opinion there. I'll bring it back in about 30 minutes and we'll see how things with all three burners on the lowest setting are reading for the temperature. Okay, so 30 minutes have passed with all three burners on their lowest setting. We now have a hood temperature of 400 degrees, which means we picked up another 90 degrees adding that middle burner at its lowest setting. So that gives you an idea basically where the temperature moves around when you have the burners on the lowest setting. When we had just this one going, we reached a temperature of about 240, about 250, 240, 250-ish. When we had the two outside burners going, it steadied out at 310 degrees, and with all three, 400 degrees. So just a good reference point for your future cooking needs. And I do want to thank you all for the thoughts and prayers that you had during my procedure and all. That's all been taken care of, so thank God for that. You can definitely check out the website, dgrillsmoke.com, on Twitter at dgrillsmoke. Also, Patreon is patreon.com/dgrill. Basically, I'm going to put some information about the whole surgery journey on my personal YouTube channel, the Darnell McGavick YouTube channel, not on this channel. But if there's anyone who wanted to kind of get details about how some things went post-surgery and all that good stuff, I'll put some videos there with a playlist. And I'll probably link it also in this video just for you who are interested. But other than that, everyone, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and good eating.